Good evening, President Carver, Vice President Pack, members of the Governing Board, Superintendent Finch, Mrs. Taylor, district staff, and our room full of special guests. Welcome to the final awards and recognition ceremony of the 2025-26 school year, or 2024-2025 school year. Sorry, I'm already looking ahead. Tonight, we have no shortage of awards as we look ahead. From the track to the sand, the classroom to our departments, we're celebrating it all tonight. We begin tonight with 3 awards earned by our DVUSD staff and students for the East Valley Council for Exceptional Children, or EVCEC. For 37 years, EVCEC have celebrated the exceptional contributions of individuals across the school community who champion success of students with disabilities academically, socially, and behaviorally. 3 of these DV awards belong to DVUSD staff members. Ken Akeley is the first award recipient tonight. He's being honored as the Outstanding Administrator of the Year, and he is also Vista Peak's principal. Out of 56 nominations submitted, Ken was selected as the 2024 Outstanding Administrator of the Year. In the notification letter, the EVCEC stated, "You are an inspiration to those who work with you and are an example of excellence that our board seeks to hold up to others." He had this reflection upon earning the award. "I am deeply honored to be nominated and selected as the East Valley CEC Outstanding Administrator of the Year. While receiving this award is incredibly meaningful, it's truly a reflection of the exceptional team I am fortunate to work alongside each and every day. The dedication, passion, and unwavering commitment of our staff and our students are driving forces behind all we've accomplished here at Vista Peak. This recognition is not solely mine. It represents the collective efforts of a team that consistently goes above and beyond to create a supportive and thriving school community. I'm humbled by this acknowledgement and proud to share it with my incredible staff who make our success possible every day. Congratulations, East Valley Council for Exceptional Children Outstanding Administrator of the Year, Ken Akeley." The next award also belongs to those who work in our Student Support Services Department within DVUSD. The Behavioral and Autism Assistance Awareness Team, also known as BAT, was honored as the East Valley Council for Exceptional Children as the Collaborative Team of the Year. This skilled group of board-certified behavior analysts and behavior consultants provides behavioral support for students with disabilities from preschool through 12th grade across DVUSD. Their work has significantly strengthened the capacity of our school teams to improve student outcomes. The selection committee commended the team for maintaining high expectations for all learners, developing innovative and effective programming, modeling positivity and professionalism, and taking solutions-oriented approaches in every challenge. We are incredibly proud of their dedication and their meaningful impact they make every day. Brittany had this reaction to the reflection about learning of the award. "We, the BAT team members, sincerely thank Heather Schlemmer for nominating us for this award. This year, our team has worked hard to grow in our knowledge, deepen our expertise, and refine our system to provide a more streamlined, transparent support system. We're honored to be recognized for our efforts to both serve our students and colleagues, and we look forward to expanding our impact in the years ahead. Congratulations to the East Valley Council for Exceptional Children Collaborative Team of the Year, DVUSD's BAT team, Amy Milsevich, Gina Benedict, Kim Borick, Sarah Robinson, Katie Hendricks, Leanne Cacavelli, Sherry Hooper, and Brittany Huff. Speaking of students, Las Brisas Elementary School's own first grader, Nathan Bell, was named as one of the Outstanding Students of the Year by the East Valley Council for Exceptional Children. Nathan joined DVUSD as a new student this school year. He had a difficult time transitioning to a new school environment and expressing his needs in a constructive way. With consistent support and patience, and through his own determination, Nathan has made tremendous strides and is now developing stronger emotional regulation, overcoming challenges, and building meaningful relationships with his peers and staff. In her nomination, Nathan's teacher had this reflection. His progress not only reflects his personal strength, but also serves as an inspiring example of how, with the right support and guidance, every child can develop skills they need to thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. We are incredibly proud of Nathan and all those who have supported his journey. His story is a reminder of the transformative impact of student-centered support and perseverance. Congratulations to the East Valley Council for Exceptional Children's Outstanding Student of the Year, Nathan Bell. I don't believe he's here, but we're going to give him a round of applause. Next, we move on to another DVUSD department that's showing that their team has some of the best practices in the state. Each year, the Arizona Association of School Business Officials, also known as ASBO, recognizes the best practices in school business management throughout its Best Practice Award system. These awards highlight innovative and effective practices that enhance school operations and positively impact education in Arizona. Our very own Finance Department Director of Purchasing, Jessica Leisure, and her team received this award for 2025. Jessica and her team had this reflection. Winning the ASBO Best Practice Award has been incredibly meaningful of our work as a team has improved the procurement operations of public education. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. It's not just an award, but also a celebration of strategic planning, cross-district collaboration, and a commitment to continuous improvement in service of our schools and students. Being peer nominated based on the systems of our group has implemented to our streamlined requisition process, enhancing compliance and support of the user's end was truly an honor. We have focused on measurable outcomes and our practical solutions that can be replicated across districts. This process helped crystallize our goals and affirmed that the challenges we tackle locally are shared throughout Arizona. Being recognized by my peers through ASBO reinforces the value of this work and deepens my commitment to collaboration, sharing ideas, learning from others in the community. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve and for the spotlight of this award that it shines on the innovative work of school business operations professionals. Congratulations to the ASBO Best Practices awardee, Jessica Leisure, and her DVUSD purchasing team. Next up tonight is a student who is recognized as a Youth Leader of the Year. Amaya Gomez, a junior at Deer Valley High School, was named the Boys and Girls Club Youth Valley Leader of the Year for 2025 out of more than 12,000 members. The youth of this year was selected based on community service, Boys and Girls Club service, academic excellence, and goals of the future. During the application process, candidates gather letters of recommendation, craft resumes, complete essays on their club experiences, and express their personal growth and what matters most to them. The youth candidates are also judged on poise, self-confidence, and public speaking. Amaya was looking for a way to fill her time after school when she wasn't in season for golf or soccer. Her best friends encouraged her to join the Boys and Girls Club with them. Amaya quickly began to feel right at home and treasured the time that she spent at the Sands Teen Center. Activities like teen field trips to the Northern Arizona University, as well as volunteering to pack food for the homeless, and stand out among her club experiences because they've allowed her to explore her options for the future and give back to her community. She had this to say about being named the Youth Leader of the Year. Winning this award has been a transformative experience, gifting me with the confidence and motivation to share my story and uplift others. This achievement has driven me to the desire to make meaningful impact in my life. Preparing for the competition was no doubt challenging, with countless late nights dedicated to writing, learning, and practicing how to present my speech. While the journey took a lot of effort, the friendships I made and the self-assurance I discovered along the way made it all worth it. This award has not only been an honor for me, but a stepping stone toward a future where I continue to inspire those around me. Congratulations to Boys and Girls Club Youth Leader of the Year, Amaya Gomez. Next, we move on to another one of our high school students who's being honored for her work in the community. O'Connor High School junior Elizabeth Young, whose work with the Taiwanese students and families, as well as establishing her own nonprofit, earned her a spot on the Junior Achievements 18 Under 18 list this year. Elizabeth was volunteering at Northwest Chinese Baptist Church when she connected with several Taiwanese immigrant families working with the TSMC plant in Phoenix. When she learned that some of these students were struggling to adapt, she launched her own private tutoring business, working with several students a week to hone in on their English and academic skills. Elizabeth also worked with an ASU professor in economics to author books that help young immigrant children learn English in a simpler and more engaging manner. The book comes with grammar lessons, Chinese to English translations, and highlighted vocabulary words. They hope to create an event with TSMC that allows Taiwanese children to illustrate the book's pages. As a biracial student herself, Elizabeth says the experience has allowed her to connect with her own culture and traditions. Her empowering work doesn't stop there, as she is a career in technical education, or CTE, student. Elizabeth has stated that her nonprofit social media handle, In the Ship, was designed to showcase scholarships, internships, and extracurricular opportunities for high school students, particularly those identified as low-income or first-generation minorities. She currently serves as a vice president of the state and national program for FBLA, helping more than 8,400 members across all of Arizona. In this role, she's dedicated more than 200 hours of community service, working with the Arizona Treasurer Kimberly Yee to set up educational CTE webinars for students, raised funds for the state winners, and launched an organization's first internship page. She is a captain of her school's speech and debate team and is a member of the National Honor Society, a manager of the football wrestling team, and spends her time giving back to the food bank. It sounds like she really does it all over there at O'Connor. Congratulations to Junior Achievements, Arizona's 18 Under 18 recipient, Elizabeth Young. I don't believe she's here, but we want to give her a round of applause. Next, we honor two Sandra Day O'Connor Eagle graduates who are trailblazers for students who follow in their footsteps. Laura Silho and Amelia Thompson, with the guidance of their teacher, Ms. Schluter, received the prestigious Seal of Civic Literacy from the Arizona Department of Education, a remarkable first ever for Deer Valley Unified School District. This distinguished recognition is awarded to high school students who have shown a strong commitment to understanding the foundations of our democracy, civic responsibility, and the rights and duties of citizenship. From Congress, they've had opportunities to meet Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, Arizona Congresswoman Yasamin Ansari, New Mexican Congresswoman Teresa Liger Fernandez, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. These experiences have been beneficial to their spirit and their civic learning leaders in Arizona. They can only hope to continue this future moving forward. Congratulations to the first ever Seals of Civic Literacy students in DVUSD, Laura Silhol and Amelia Thompson. I'm not sure if either one are in the audience. They're behind me. I couldn't see them. They're here. For the fourth year in a row, DVUSD has graduated a senior that was named a Flynn Scholar. This year, the prestigious honor went to Sandra Day O'Connor High School student Maya Isabella Bustos. This year, 20 winners were selected out of a pool of more than 1,100 applicants for the scholarship that was valued at more than $135,000. Her principal, Dr. Lynn Meller, had this reflection of Maya and her time at SDOHS as an Eagle. Maya exemplifies what it means to be a scholar, leader, and citizen. Ranked number 1 in her class, Maya approaches every opportunity with intellectual curiosity, thoughtful preparation, and a deep commitment to excellence. Her journey through the Flynn Scholarship process reflected all of these traits, and she will continue to embrace them as a Flynn Scholar while attending Arizona State University as a Barrett the Honors College student pursuing her education in an area of global studies and global law. She has been drawn to this course by her own lived experience of bridging her Filipino heritage and her American life. At O'Connor, Maya has made her mark in every corner of campus. She has recently been named the O'Connor Principal Student of the Year, the highest honor a senior can receive at O'Connor. She has represented her school at Girls State, served as the president of National Honor Society, and successfully completed many other tasks. Congratulations to Maya Isabella Bustos, the Flynn Scholar Foundation recipient of 2025. Next, we honor a group of the class of 2025 who earned National Merit Scholarships in record numbers for the district. DVUSD has seen a district best 9 National Merit Scholars for the class of 2025. We'll be taking a photo of these students at the end of this category as there are so many. The National Merit Scholarship Program is an annual academic competition among high school students for the recognition and college undergraduate scholarship that began in 1955. United States high school students enter this scholarship program by taking the preliminary SAT, also known as PSAT, which serves as an initial screen for over 1.3 million entrants each year. Kavi Padwar from Barry Goldwater High School is our first student. We did want to recognize him. He couldn't be here tonight, but we wanted to give him a round of applause. I know that's not the name that's up there, but... And next, we wanted to recognize the name that is up there, Maheen Bhatt. Maheen had this to say about his National Merit Honor. It's an honor to be a National Merit recipient. Achieving this award is a reflection of the practice, hard work, education, dedication, and that I've put into my academics. I am grateful for the support I've received and helped me to obtain this accomplishment. Through this journey, I have realized that if I'm committed to my learning, it can lead me to incredible opportunities. This recognition motivates me to continue to strive to focus not only on academics, but in all aspects of my life. Congratulations to National Merit winner Maheen Bhatt. I'm not sure if he's here. Next, we move on to another Mountain Ridge Mountain Lion receiving this award, Will Dana. He has been heavily involved in theater during his time at Mountain Ridge, where he participated in theater productions his sophomore year and junior year. Will put his passion for engineering to practice by building sets, creating 3D models of sets, and even creating a remote control set design for Mountain Ridge High School that included a sorting hat for their Harry Potter production. Throughout all of this work, he has maintained straight A's through all of his academics. Will is moving on to Sun Devil Country, where he will be studying electrical engineering at Arizona State University in the fall, with a dream of becoming a Disney Imagineer or a NASA engineer. I don't believe he's in the audience tonight, but we also wanted to share his story and give his round of applause. Next, we celebrate Mountain Ridge Mountain Lion Dayuthi Haror. Dayuthi has been an exceptional student at Mountain Ridge. She has worked very hard to achieve all A's in her classes, which have been mostly honors and AP courses, earning the coveted #1 rank among her peers. She couldn't be here tonight, but we wanted to recognize her accomplishments as well. Next, we honor Eric Potts. I don't believe he could be here either, but we wanted to give him a quick round of applause. And then we have Kyle Prentice. I don't believe he could be here either, but we wanted to give him a quick round of applause. I know this student is in the audience because I have asked him to do a few things for me, and I know him very well. So I know that Kashik is in the audience as a National Merit recipient. So Kashik, you can come up and get your round of applause and your photo taken. There's more. Another name that I've practiced many times, our final Mountain Lion scholar, David Shu. He had this when he learned of his award tonight. He stated, "Looks like my work paid off. That was my final reaction upon opening my email and discovering my selection as a National Merit Scholar. I hadn't spared much thought after making that finalist round, instead opting to just survive my senior year. And yet, it happened regardless. I, of course, feel relieved that I've made it to this point, and I'm looking forward to what my future holds for me. Congratulations, David Shu." We did already honor Kavi earlier, so we're going to move past him. Ben Heiner was our recipient from Boulder Creek High School, so he got our scholarship as well. He is unable to attend tonight, but we wanted to give him a big shout out. And rounding out our National Merit recipients is Lila Manfredi. I don't believe she could be here, but her principal, Dr. Lynn Miller, sent over something extremely nice about her as well. The administration at Sandra Day O'Connor had this to say: "Lila's unwavering dedication to her academic excellence and leadership put both inside and outside of the classroom sets her apart from the remarkable students in our district. Not only is she ranked in the top 8% of her class, she's also scored all 5s on all 5 of her AP exams, a remarkable feat, which underscores her ability to master complex material across diverse subjects. Beyond her academic triumphs, she secured second place to the National HOSA competition, excelling in the nutrition category. This achievement reflects her commitment to health sciences and her aspirations of the future in this field. Lila's capacity to compete and excel at such high levels is a testament to her intelligence, discipline, and passion for learning. Lila's accomplishments are a source of immense pride for our school, and we believe she embodies the highest qualities of our student body. Congratulations, National Merit Scholar, Lila Manfredi." Next, we're going to have those students that are here as National Merit Scholars all up for a group photo. Next, we move on to a group of students making a name for themselves on the international DECA stage. In early May, Mountain Ridge's DECA chapter traveled to Orlando for the International Career and Development Competition, also known as ICDC, where over 26,000 students from around the world came together to compete, connect, grow, workshop, network, and including industry-sponsored events. 3 of our students earned top honors, becoming ICDC finalists, competing against over 200 top qualifiers in their events, representing every U.S. state and several countries throughout the world. Our first honoree tonight, Ayan Bakhta, placed 4th overall in the world in Hospitality and Tourism Professional Selling event, sponsored by the J. Willard and Alice S. Marriott Foundation. Ayan delivered a 15-minute sales presentation on sustainability hospitality solutions to a judge acting as a hotel purchasing manager, demonstrating strong communication, product knowledge, and consultative selling. The team of Karina Kapita and Shamitha Doki were named top 20 in the world and overall finalists in the Community Awareness Project sponsored by Piper Sandler. Their written project and 15-minute team presentation highlighted the incredible impact of our school-wide initiative, Ridge Gives Day. They demonstrated through thoughtful planning, community outreach, and measurable results. Ayan had this to say about participating in the international competition. I want to thank my advisors, Ms. Lori Beth, Mr. Sam, and Mr. Ortiz, for their support and guidance for the last 3 years. None of this is possible without them. Competing at nationals was so fun, and it meant a lot to me to be placed. The experience was a great opportunity to learn and connect on the projects, and it was so fun. I had an amazing experience at ICDC with my friends and meeting so many new people. Congratulations to ICDC finalists Ayan Bakhta, Karina Kapita, and Shamitha Doki. I believe it's only Shamitha that's here tonight. This student didn't wear all of his medals that he earned at his international competition, and you'll soon learn why. For the second year in a row, Boulder Creek High School senior and recent graduate Nick Sola earned the title of the Academic Decathlon National Champion. Not only did Nicholas take home the gold overall once again, he also earned 9 additional gold or silver medals in individual subject competitions. Gold overall in the overall, art, economics, literature, music, science, social science, and speech. Silver in essay and interview. He had this reflection. Philanthropist, author, and internet figure John Green said it best when he quipped, "The test will measure you if you're informed, engaged, and productive citizen of the world. The test will last your entire life and will be comprised of millions of decisions that will, when taken together, make your life yours, and everything will be the test, so pay attention." During my time at the Academic Decathlon, I've been tested a lot. Every decathlete knows the struggle of the tests before you put on your competition day. I'm proud to say that I've taken those tests, and I've done my absolute hardest to succeed on each and every one of them. However, it's only in recent days that I've come to realize my entire experience in Academic Decathlon was the test. It has challenged me not only in my knowledge of the Venetian artists and the timeline of climate regulation, but also my determination, my motivation, and my constant need to push myself, my willingness to be proud of my accomplishments, my ability to connect with those around me, and most importantly, my commitment to learning. Not just learning testable facts about American Revolution, but also learning how to navigate life. These skills I've learned through this Academic Decathlon have changed how I work, how I play, how I think, how I act, how I carry myself, and how I face new challenges. The most important thing I have learned in this point is that that of a test is not earning good marks. It's growth. It's being better tomorrow than I was yesterday. And that's the best test taking knowledge I could ever learn. Congratulations to Academic Decathlon National Champion for the second year in a row, Nicholas Sola. Continuing tonight, we're going to move on to our athletics. Our teams and individual athletes that truly outperform their competition this season, starting with the Hillcrest Middle School Pom team. The Hillcrest Middle School Pom team this year was a team that was full of talent, dedication, and a desire to succeed. All 16 girls worked exceptionally hard to make their stronger themed routine stand out to the judges. Hillcrest won first place by an astounding 12-point lead at this very high-level competition. Under the leadership of their coach and their Pom captain, Navy Wirtz, Brielle Purcell, and Carly DeVinti, the team soared to new heights. As the season progressed, the whole team continued to find ways to highlight all of their unique and special skills the girls have, including turns, leaps, aerials, and tricks that made their routine truly special. Congratulations to the 7th and 8th grade Pom team state champions, Hillcrest Middle School. Oh, wait, we're gonna read a little more about one specific member of your team, and we might have another little bit about you. So sorry for that preemptive excitement. We did mention that they also won another celebration. So they had a state dance soloist that won the competition as well. You can see her picture there. Navy Wirtz is the middle school state dance champion for her solo routine. According to her Hillcrest Pom coach, Renee Harold, Navy is an exceptional girl with an amazing talent. She's not only a great dancer, she's intelligent, hardworking, and one of the kindest students at Hillcrest. She's a beloved member of the Hillcrest staff and students who know her. As she moves on to high school and becomes a mountain lion, her parents, her coaches, and her Hillcrest teachers will all be cheering her on. Congratulations to the middle school state dance champion, Navy Wirtz. And I've been talking a lot tonight, so we thought it might be fun to show a little video of both of these performances. Oh no, I promise we have access. Just give it 1 second. The excitement is just building, I can tell. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to have to skip it, but I promise it's worth the watch. So congratulations, girls. You can now come up. Sorry for that minor... Next, we move on to a sophomore that really continued to battle it out for her quest of a state title that she won this year. After losing last year's D1 final to her teammate and good friend Japney during her freshman season, Boulder Creek's Michelle Bullock had her sights set on a state championship again this season. This season, Michelle set out with a goal in mind. During a mentally tough tiebreaker battle, she defeated number 1 Tessa Watchall, handing her the only loss she had seen that season. This is Michelle's reaction to her momentous win. Since I was 3 years old, I have been playing tennis. By winning state, I feel like my hard work is finally paying off. Last year, I lost in the state finals when I faced my good friend and teammate. This year, I was determined to get better and win state. To prepare for state, I played in many tournaments in the off-season. I also played varsity basketball, which helped me become more fit and faster. During the tennis season, I lost to Desert Mountain's number 1 in a close match. Losing to her in this match was tough, but it made me more determined to work harder and beat her at state. When I got to the state tournament and I realized I was seeded number 2 going to the finals, I was going to face Desert Mountain's number 1 seed. Because I was the underdog, I felt I had an advantage, and because I felt less pressure, it made it more fun. What made this match so special to me was those who showed up to support me and cheer me on. It was the biggest number of supporters I have ever had at a tennis match. My amazing principal, Brittany Sutton, athletic director, vice principals, friends, families, teammates, and coaches Gino and Darcy and many more that showed up made the support truly special. I think this support and the cheering from the crowd was the reason I came out as a victor in a 3rd set tiebreaker. Winning state was a special moment that I'll never forget because I was able to accomplish it in front of so many people that I love the most. Congratulations to D1 Singles State Champion Michelle Bullock. Next, we move on to a team that's very familiar to this boardroom. They're not a state championship team once. They're not a state championship title team twice. They're not a state championship team 3 times. They're now home of the 4-peat. Sandra Day O'Connor High School's girls beach volleyball team earned the D1 state championship for their 4th consecutive season. This season, Coach Jamie Sparks stated that the team faced a huge challenge, filling the shoes of 7 graduating starters and adjusting to new lineups. Through the strong team culture that they've built and a shared commitment on building championship mindsets, they rose to the occasion. Some of the factors of their success were the implementation of the Max Out Mindset program for the past 2 seasons, structured training, building trust within each other, and continued growth in leadership. The goals they set continue to become achievable and help capture their 4th consecutive state championship title. This is O'Connor girls team fully embraced the tools we implemented with this mindset, training, and a culture that demonstrated with purpose and resilience throughout the playoffs of their championship match. After serving up a perfect 12-0 season, the O'Connor girls beach volleyball team hoisted the gold trophy in the air for the 4th year in a row. The Eagles haven't dropped a match since March of 2022 with a win streak that now sits at 59 matches. Congratulations to the 4-peat girls beach volleyball Division I state champions, Sandra Day O'Connor Beach Volleyball. Next, we move on to some truly inspirational track athletes. Mountain Ridge High School junior Sunil Eminovic burst onto the track scene this season, posting an impressive personal record of 37.65. This was despite facing two unlikely factors: unfamiliar rivals from other parts of the valley, and wind, which he quickly learned was a challenge to overcome. Sunil edged out the competition, finishing his hurdles 4/100th of a second faster than the runner-up behind him to get the gold medal around his neck. He said he'd like to run track in college with his eyes set on his senior season and winning at the Open State Championship next year. I don't believe he could be here tonight, but we wanted to honor his impressive win. Next, we move on to a Deer Valley Skyhawk. Jace has worked tremendously hard this season, which opened up the doors for him to continue running at the collegiate level. He has spent the last 4 years working toward this moment. He stayed patient and consistent. Jace has worked tremendously hard this season as he secured the D3 state champion in 400 meter with a time that was nearly 1 second faster than the state runner-up. Adding to this, his accolades this season included there's a lot of them, a region champion, a D3 state champion, and a 5th in the Arizona State Open champion against everyone throughout the valley. He has qualified for the National Nike Nationals in Eugene, Oregon in the middle of June. He had this reflection upon winning the 400-meter dash individually and also competing in the 4x4 relay team, which we'll be honoring also tonight. Winning both the 400-meter dash and the 4x4 relay at divisionals was a huge moment for me. It took months of hard work, discipline, and showing up even when the practices were brutal. I remember the sun beating down on me, the workouts pushing me to my limits, and it didn't stop me. I pushed through because I wanted to be on that podium with the best of the best. I started taking better care of my body, fueling it right, sleeping better, and staying focused. That made all the difference, helping our team of our 4x4 squad jump from 32nd to 3rd place going into state, and then placing 4th at Super State. That was incredible. I also placed 5th in the 400 at Super State, and that meant a lot to me. I'm proud of what the accomplishments I had this season, not just as an individual, but as a teammate. These moments are something I'll carry with me forever. Congratulations to the D3 state champion, 400-meter, Jace Weingart. As Jace had mentioned, Deer Valley High School also had a relay team take their state title. The Deer Valley High School 4x4 team ran 5 different legs in this relay. Their coach, Kevin Regal, ran Andre in the prelims, which allowed us to save Jace and have him fresh for the finals. Andrew started off with his best time of the year. Then Ryan passed a few teams to get us in a great position and handed off to CJ. CJ had his best split of the year to bring home the baton and bring the baton to Chase behind the state runner-up in the 400-meter from Micah Mountain. You can tell I'm not a track star, so sorry I'm messing this up a little bit. From there, it didn't take long for Jace to pass him and bring home the championship. You'll notice that there were 5 people in some of the photos. The reason for this is because we ran Andrew, Andre, Ryan, and CJ Then in the finals, we replaced Andrew with Jace, and he was able to secure the victory. They ran their best time of the season, a 3:19.79, taking over 4 seconds off from their prelim time. The boys went on to place 4th in the Arizona State Open Championship this year. Ryan Wilsonek had this reaction after the 4x4 relay team win. Running at state for my last year of track was very special. Being a member of the team for all 4 years of high school helped me prepare for this moment of running in the final race of the 4x4 relay. Coach Crawford and Coach Regal made sure we were prepared for the race in a good position to win. Winning the championship would have been exciting all on its own, but it felt even more special because I was able to run with my close friends and we were able to win one last time on our home track. It was an unforgettable moment to an end to my track career at Deer Valley, and I'm forever grateful to be a part of this championship team. Congratulations to the 4x400 D3 state champions, Deer Valley Skyhawks. Competing for the Eagles of Sandra Day O'Connor and making a name for herself early in her career is sophomore and now D1 high jump state champion, Kira Simmons. Here's what her coach, Eric Bullis, had to say about the potential he saw in Kira, even as early as her freshman season. When we met Kira last year as a freshman, it was clear that she was serious and had talent. We believed she had potential to win a state championship one day. We were thrilled that this achievement came a little faster in just her second year of high school track. Kira works hard, brings a positive attitude every day, and is an outstanding teammate. We are incredibly proud of her accomplishment, but even more proud of her character she demonstrates on a daily basis. Kira had this to say about her own accomplishment. I have worked hard for the last few years improving my high jump technique, and winning has just shown me how much I have grown ever since I've started. If it wasn't for my coaches and my family support, none of this would have been possible. So I am thankful for all that they have done for me. Congratulations to D1 state champion and high jump, Kira Simmons. We have one final track athlete to honor tonight. Rounding out our state champions and runners-up is David Stafford. Coach Regal had this to say about David. David is a constant competitor. Last year, he placed third at state, and this year, he was the state runner-up. He couldn't be here tonight, but we also wanted to give David a quick round of applause. That was a lot of awards, and that is the end of our awards and recognition ceremony for the 2024-25 school year. Thank you.
Remind me to stay out of the hammers.
I'd like to call tonight's meeting of the Deer Valley Governing Board to order at 7 p.m. Let the roll call show. All members are present, save Ms. Semichek, who is absent. Dr. Zerbach, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed?
Did you get yours to work, Ms. Fisher?
Just vote for me.
Thank you, Mrs. Taylor. First item on tonight's agenda, item 3A, Dr. Pack.
I move that the governing board approve fifth grade social studies adoption update as recommended.
Second.
Understand we have public comment?
The board invites public comment on the district's business in general and on any agenda item in specific. All speakers must observe the rules of decorum. Speakers must fill out a card listing name, address, and topic and hand it to the board secretary prior to the president calling the meeting to order. Speakers must make their comments in no more than 3 minutes. If necessary, to accommodate all speakers within the 30-minute overall limit, the board president may shorten each speaker's time. Constructive criticism is in order. Rudeness, vulgarity, disruptive conduct, or remarks disrespecting personal dignity are not in order and will not be allowed. Under the Arizona Open Meeting Law, the governing board cannot discuss or act on any items not listed on the agenda. Board members may respond to criticism made by a speaker, ask staff to review a matter, or ask that a matter be put on a future agenda. Sue Petrosky, if you would approach the microphone and state your name, please.
I'm Sue Petrosky. Good evening, President Carver, Vice President Dr. Pack, Dr. Finch, board members, and everybody else at the big tables. I am speaking publicly for the third time to recommend that the board accept the district's recommendation for the updated fifth grade social studies curriculum adoption. Few things have changed except what will make a teacher's life easier, be it by right-sizing the inquiry journal that is now more scaled to our Arizona fifth grade social studies standards, and the online platform will now be aligned with the rest of the online platforms, making vertical planning easier and more aligned to lesson planning for our Arizona specific standards. Thank you.
And Dr. Galligan, do you have anything for us tonight on this topic?
President Carver, members of the board, Dr. Finch, just as a reminder, the fifth grade McGraw-Hill resource has already been adopted by the board. This update represents just 20% change, and as Ms. Petrowski said, the majority of that comes in the updated inquiry journal. And I just wanted to remind you that it would support also our Spanish immersion program in fifth grade, which is not on the same platform, and it makes it very difficult for language acquisition in Spanish. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Galligan. Any discussion for Dr. Galligan?
I had a question.
Yes, Dr. Pack?
Just more of a general question. I understand that the district can control the settings, as you shared last time. What is the policy on the digital platform controls? Like who or when knows or can approve when the settings changes are approved? Since a lot of our curriculum nowadays has a digital component.
Sure. President Carver, Dr. Pack. So when we go into the adoption part, all of that material, all of the online material and all of the text material, which is also online, goes out for public review and then reviewed over, looked at the administrative level, so like at the district level, we have the ability to turn off items, turn off chapters if we choose to. We work with McGraw-Hill to be able to do that. We also, myself, work with the teachers where we choose and build which chapters, which resources, which materials we want to use here in Deer Valley of what's provided to us. So we can turn things off or we can leave it and we give them the guidance to they're gonna use.
We as in CIA.
Yes, it does. I'm the K-12 social studies specialist, but I work with different curriculum teams. In this case, we would be the 5th grade curriculum team, which Sue happens to be a part of, but also then I bring it back to Dr. Galligan.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Mrs. Fisher.
Dr. Galligan, did you receive the email we received this afternoon from Julie Young? Can you answer any of the questions that she's asked?
The platform, as I've mentioned, is going to be the one that is in place for kindergarten on up. This has nothing to do with the English Language Arts McGraw-Hill Study Sync at all. They are two distinctly different curriculums and are utilized in that manner.
So there's, what's to prevent anything from changing? I think was the biggest overall question I saw. Do we have policy in place? Do we have anything in place to prevent
President Carver,
any change to this, to the?
Ms. Fisher, we actually, this whole process that we have done with you is part of board policy with curriculum. And because we identified that about 20% of that 5th grade material had changed and was moving to in alignment with the other platform that McGraw-Hill has for social studies, that's why we brought this whole process to our board so that you could go through it with us and better understand what that 20% change encompassed.
Okay.
Anything further from the board for Dr. Galligan? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Passes 3-1.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Next item on the agenda is consent agenda item number 4. Dr. Pack.
I move that the governing board approve consent agenda items 4A through 4H.
Is there a second?
So, a second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Passes 3-1.
Thank you, Mrs. Taylor. Item 5A, Dr. Pack.
I move that the governing board approve all employee professional development out of state per governing board policy GCCE.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed?
Passes 4-0.
Thank you, Mrs. Taylor. Item 5B, Dr. Pack.
I move that the governing board accept the administration's recommendation to pre-approve the addenda as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Because of my same concerns, I will vote nay. Did it not take it?
Passes 3-1.
Thank you, Mrs. Taylor. Item 5C, Dr. Pack.
I move that the governing board accept the administration's recommendation to consider, discuss, amend if desired, and if deemed advisable, to adopt a resolution ordering and calling a special election to be held in and for the district and authorizing the sale, lease, or exchange of district property.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Miglorino, anything to share?
President Carver, members of the board, Dr. Finch, as we have shared in other correspondence, this is the consideration to divest ourselves of just over 19 acres, just under 20 acres of parcel that was donated to us a couple decades ago, in which the parcel itself has very little value to us based on its location and the topography of the land. We've worked with our attorneys at Gus Rosenfeld, and they've crafted the resolution that would allow this to be added to the ballot for the November 4th, 2025 election. Since we've already called for the M&O override election, this is just an addition or a tack on to that election. So we're taking advantage of not having the cost of doing this election by itself. And we're also taking advantage of the fact that the parcel that's adjacent to our parcel, it was recently sold at the Arizona State Land Department auction, or through the Arizona State Land Department auction process, and tried to see if the developer would have an interest in this parcel if the electors would agree to approve the land sale after the November 4th election. Be happy to, estimated value of the parcel, just a broker's estimate of the value is somewhere between $4 and $4.7 million for the 20 acres. And I'd be happy to answer any questions the board might have.
Any questions for Mr. Miglorino on this topic?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher.
I know that you've already gone over some of it, but I've gotten questions from the community. So can you please explain who donated the land? Were there any caveats to the donation or any requirements? Why do we have to go for election versus just going ahead and moving forward? Just simple explanation. Those are the questions I've received.
Yeah, President Carver, Ms. Fisher, the land was donated as part of the development for West Wing Mountain, the community. They also donated the parcel in which West Wing Elementary School was donated on. We had talked to the developer probably close to 10 years ago about doing a land exchange because they owned a parcel along Lake Pleasant Parkway that was much more desirable to us than the existing parcel. We went through the entire process of getting a full appraisal on both parcels, and at that point the developer decided that they weren't interested in doing the land exchange. A land exchange would not require a vote of the people, but anytime there's real property or a parcel that is being sold, the statute requires that the voters have to approve that, and that's hence the reason for the resolution.
Could you also explain how it's different than land that is acquired through school facilities?
President Carver and Ms. Fisher, well, there's multiple ways that land could be acquired, and so it's probably too numerous to list all of the options. This happens to be that it was just a donation from the developer when West Wing was put in place, because we're only specifically talking about selling this specific parcel of land.
So none of the laws related to school facilities board apply to this? There's statute specifically that talks about how you have to deal with school facilities board. I read through it. I don't believe it applies to this at all.
President Carver, Ms. Fisher, That's why we employed legal counsel for the resolution, so that all of those things would be taken into consideration. And they have crafted the resolution to make sure that it meets all the statutory requirements. There are specific requirements if the school facilities board was considering the fact that they might build a school for us, or if they were involved in the donation itself. In this case, the donation came directly from the developer to us. And at this point, the school facilities board does not consider that we, based on the projected enrollment from their demographer, that we would qualify for a school, especially in this area.
Thank you.
Mr. Botfeld?
How did you determine, Jim, the value of the property again?
President Carver, Mr. Botfeld, we worked with we have the original appraisal from 10 years ago when we were considering the land exchange, and it was about 10 years ago. I shouldn't be that. But the latest value is a determination by a broker that has done a rough estimate of the cost based on comps in the area.
What's the difference between the original estimate and the current broker's estimate? If you don't know it, don't sweat
I
it.
don't recall specifically, but we do have the data.
Thank you.
Any further questions for Mr. Miglorino on this topic? Seeing none.
Well, I'm sorry, one more thing, President Carver, maybe to Mr. Botfeld's point. There will have to be a full appraisal done prior to the actual sale, and there would be an additional resolution the board would pass if we were able to find a successful interested party in buying the parcel. So whatever the current appraisal is would be the minimum price that we would be able to accept for the parcel. I just want to make that clear.
Thank you. Anyone else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Passes 4-0.
Thank you, Mrs. Taylor. Next item on the agenda is call to the public. Dr. Pack, do we have any other speakers tonight?
We do not.
Next item on the agenda, item 7A, governing board reports. Mrs. Fisher, would you like to start, please?
Yep, I want to congratulate everybody making it to the end of another school year. We had some really wonderful graduations. I don't want anybody to steal the thunder of the kids. We're in a very hyper-political state of a nation or whatever. So, as always, I had my phone at the graduations, and I took pictures and, of course, posted them. And so anyone who posted something that was political on those posts, they were hidden. And I'm not trying to silence your whatever you want to say, you're welcome to say it. But I don't think our kids' graduation is the place to say it, because these kids worked a lot of years and they just don't deserve that. So if you're upset why your posts were hidden, anything political, that's the reason. They just aren't necessary. Likewise, there were comments from individuals are saying, how dare board members have their phones on the stage, they're not even paying attention. Believe me, we pay attention. The graduations are our payday, and we are proud to see the kids graduate. It's a lot of work for the kids, and this is a great day for them, and it's a happy day for everybody, even if something happens in that day. It always ends up being a happy day, a couple of days. Likewise, we have the junior high graduations. I was glad to see that the students of Deer Valley have finally just really grasped onto the fact that stilettos stink. Don't wear them. Whether you're in junior high or high school, tennies are more comfortable, flats are great, flip-flops are a bit much, but at least they were bejeweled. And our kids, they'll be in high school next year, and it'll be great. So I want to congratulate all of them and the parents for getting them as far as they have, and our teachers. I hope everybody has a good summer vacation. I know that we're going to go down to our 4 days as usual, so so the community is aware that that's happening. That's it. Just, enjoying our graduations and dealing with, well, the ugly people in the world. But you really just can't fix them. And so you just go through it and let the courts decide what happens. Beyond that, everybody have a great summer. Jim, I'll still see you at ASBO. Walk in front of the camera if I'm not there. It doesn't put on 10 pounds. Kevin, I already discussed that with Kevin. So you'll do great things at ASBO. And we have a lot of people that really need that training because even if you have a degree in finance, it's not the same when it's school finance. So best of luck to you, and I'm sure that you'll still be around.
Thank you, Mrs. Fisher. Mr. Botfield.
Well, first, Jim, enjoy. Second, I agree with Kim on the graduations. They were fantastic. But today was a very interesting day for me because I attended the PLC Summit. And I watched teachers teach teachers. And it was an amazing experience. And I recommend anybody on this group who hasn't attended one of these should attend the next. And thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Botfield. Dr. Pack.
So I've been to a PLC summit in my teaching career, and they are amazing. So I'm sad that I wasn't able to go to today's since I was at my school, but exciting to hear that the district has professional learning communities and they're up and running and effective. So I attended 5 high school graduations, 5 high school graduations and 2 8th grade graduations. And it's a very exciting time. I discreetly got my camera out and took a picture and put it back, but we're definitely paying attention because you're looking for all the pomp and circumstance and kids, and while attending the Deer Valley graduation was super exciting for me since I'm an alma mater. I have to say my really special one to me was the Mountain Ridge graduation because 2 of the graduates I taught in kindergarten, and that was really cool to see them go from back in the day to young adults. And one mom was so overjoyed because I got a picture of her daughter right there, and they were in the background cheering. It was the best thing. So there's some great aspects of being a governing board member, and this is one of the highlights, I have to say, is attending the graduations. I also worked on my homework as a school board member and worked on the part 1 of our superintendent's evaluation. I'm working on the Arizona School Board Association political agenda. As the delegate, I'm responsible for inputting what our board has decided. And I also worked on more vouchers, never-ending vouchers. And I'm so excited to show that I got my certificate from the ASBA convention that we attended. And these certificates make you feel really good, sitting through all those meetings and learning stuff. So I got mine. That's it.
Thank you, Dr. Pack. Just to echo what Mrs. Fisher and Dr. Pack said, and Mr. Botfield about the pictures, we have a really unique vantage point from up on the stage, and I don't know about my peers, but I had a family friend that had somebody graduating in every school, it seemed like, and if you could do that one special thing for them and get that up close and personal photo, as Dr. Pack was talking about, that means the world to folks. So we apologize if it looks like we're disconnected, but I can guarantee you, I know that every one of us that had our phones out, we were either live streaming or taking pictures so that we could give a different view of what an amazing celebration it is, from the honor guard with our Air Force folks and their sabers to our bands playing and just, I was able to get some pretty amazing pictures of the kids throwing their caps in the air, and you can't repeat those memories. You can't replace them. And so for us to be able to take those pictures and then turn around and share them with the community, it's more of an honor than anything else. So again, I apologize if it looks like we're disconnected, but I can assure you that we were all fully engaged in what was going on. I had to follow along in the programs to make sure that when I knew that the person's child was coming up, I was aware, because it goes fast. For those of you that were watching, I mean, we go through 600 kids in 30 minutes, and so if you're not ready for it, you're gonna miss out. On the note of high school graduations, for those of you that were keeping count, nearly $68 million in scholarships were earned by DVUSD students this year. So shout out to that. I know that I have heard the $68 million number before when it comes to scholarships. It's kind of odd that it was so close, but I actually did the math myself this time, and my public education generally pays off pretty good. And so it's just $68 million again. That's amazing. Parents and community members should really be proud of the work that the children are putting in. And then the junior high graduations, I was able to attend 3. It's really hard to get more than 2 because they all happen on the same day and they all happen within just a couple of hours of each other. But if you're careful, you can get Vista Peak in because they happen usually about 11:45 in the morning, and there's usually only about 5 or 6 of those kiddos. But it is an amazing graduation to go take part in. So I was able to visit Vista Peak and participate in the Terramar graduation at Mountain Ridge and the Deer Valley Middle School graduation on the football field at Barry Goldwater. I know everybody gets tired of hearing me say that we could always go back to having graduations on the football field. But just kidding. Anyway, it is the end of the year, and this was a huge year for me in being able to actually take everything in as I was witnessing it, participating in it, watching it, having the third opportunity to sit through a lot of these award ceremonies. I found myself in some situations thinking, wow, I wasted so many great opportunities when I was in high school because I was pretty sure I knew everything that I was ever going to need to know, and I didn't need to prove it to anybody. And in so doing, I had to wait till my mid-40s to get my master's degree, and I had to pay for it. So for anybody listening that is not done with their high school career yet, pay attention and stay engaged. There's a lot of opportunities out there to help you start off with the greatest level of success possible. And I would just encourage you to really think about the fact that this is one of those spots in your life that you're going to pass once. And so take advantage of everything, whether it's arts, athletics, definitely academics. You got to do the academics part. Everything else is optional for you. So just made a few notes. So remember those that we've lost. It seems like this year was really hard on the district when it comes to folks that we lost. We lost a lot of really good people. They were called home, and that's just the circle of life, but we don't have to be happy about it. So remember those that we've lost. Reflect on the memories that we've made. Plan for amazing futures and build on the lessons learned. And hopefully one of those 4, if not all 4 of them, will sink in with somebody that's listening tonight and hopefully make a difference in your life. And I'm just thankful for the opportunity to continue to serve. And Dr. Finch, you got it.
Thank you. Some good advice there. Probably one of the reasons I'm sitting here today was my high school experience. If there was a club, I was in it. If it was a band, I played it. If it was a sport, I played it. Just because it was I'm part of our community fabric, and the local school was the community school, and we are kind of walking away from that today. But that's some good advice for kids that aren't finished. Get plugged into your school. There are so many things to do, especially at our high schools. And yes, we had 6 high school graduations because we can't forget Aspire. But that went well. We, as you know, the community knows, we were moved from State Farm to Desert Diamond. And I'm sure Miss Myers got some gray hair over that adventure. Thanks to her, she pulled it off. It was perfect, as usual. And I think Dr. Zerbach is working with her, and maybe we might even stay there. We don't know yet. We're still working on that. Might have to get a little creative, but that's maybe they shouldn't have kicked us out. We might never return. So we'll see how that goes. We're still negotiating on that concept. There's some pluses and some minuses to the Desert Diamond, but I think there are more pluses than minuses. So stay tuned on that. We'll probably won't know for another month or so if it's going to be real, if we're going to actually move for next year. Last day of school was the 22nd. A tradition that we're now starting to do more of is take the seniors back to their kindergarten school and hang out with the little kids, or give them a t-shirt or a high five. And so that's kind of blossomed in the last 3 years. And it's really, from my perspective, it's really about community, and that really exemplifies it. So kudos to the principals arranging that, because I know that's a pain. Kids are doing 87 things at the end of school. We also do clap outs for 8th graders as they head up to the big house, and that's always a big deal for those guys as well. Those kids it's a big deal when you move on to that big high school across the street or wherever it's at. It's a big deal. So congratulations to the kids that moved up. And the PLC summit was today, it was mentioned. Great teamwork to pull that off. That's a team effort there. That takes a lot of folks to pull that off, and it has been very fruitful. It is really the rocket fuel that makes us great. It's how teachers work together to help students. The latest Soup Scoop podcast are the Rookies of the Year, the Rookie Teachers of the Year, so make sure you check that out. And if you didn't get a chance, you can rewind the tape and see our awards from tonight. There was a bunch of state champions and a bunch of winners in different categories. I don't think we're going to reach our record 70 state titles in fine arts, academics, and athletics this year. But I think we just probably still did pretty well, probably in the 50 range. So congrats to all the students and coaches and teachers that helped make that happen. A little update on boundaries, because it's been echoed in the community a little bit. We had our first meeting. We'll have probably setting that up for start of next year, at the beginning of the year. Obviously, November will be a variable on how fast we jam on the gas or not. But all the changes or the proposed changes or tweaks won't happen until the following school year, so like 27, 28. So because we like to make calculated and educated decisions that have impact in the long term. 26, 27, according to Ms. Sheila. No. Not next year, but the following year. That's true. We're moving on now. It's 25, 26 now. Whew, time flies when you're having fun. All right, that's it for me. Just want to say enjoy your summer, students. School starts July 31st, I believe. So we'll be back at it again for another exciting year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Finch. Future governing board meetings can be found posted on the district webpage. And do I have a motion to adjourn tonight?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, administration. You guys are amazing.